Sa inyong lahat, ako po si Ramon Sifiang Engineer, ang Vocational Placement Coordinator ng Benguet State University at welcome po sa unang episode ng ating Osapang Labor Education. Tama po ang narinig yan, Osapang Labor Education, OSS, Osapang Labor Education. It's one of the services we offer at the Benguet State University Office of Student Services under the Vocational Placement Unit. So, this is an information drive that we give to our graduating students, initially for graduating students, but because natapos na ninyo ang inyong virtual graduation, we will not call you graduating students anymore. We will simply call you our colleagues in the field, our young colleagues in the field. So before I continue, I'd like to congratulate all BSU students, especially doon sa pinost ko sa aking Facebook ng mga RSO student leaders, mga RSO officers, student assistants, scholars and grantees, and all other students na nagkaroon kami ng interaction with the Office of Student Services. Congratulations, you've made it. You have finally finished your respective degrees. Okay? And this particular episode is for you. Ngayon, ano ba ang pinag-uusapan natin dito sa first episode ng Osapang Labor Education? Ang una nating pag-uusapan, sige, mention ko muna that this is the first episode, meron pang limang lahat ito, meron pang 4 na ibang videos that we have previously recorded already just for you. So, in these particular videos, we hope that it will help our colleagues, our young colleagues in the field of employment as they transition from the world of school, the world of the academe, to the world of employment. Not the world of unemployment, the world of employment, the world of being a productive and contributing citizen of the Philippines. Okay? So, this is the first episode at ang topic ng first episode is nandito sa akin ang aking notes. Tips and tricks when you are job hunting. And with me today, I have invited some of my friends who are very familiar on helping young colleagues, young people like you, look for a job because they themselves, they have experience. I myself, we have experience looking for a job, and then we'll tell you kung ano yung mga masasabi naming tamang paraan ng pag-a-apply, tamang paraan ng pagsasagot ng interview, at tamang paraan kung ano dapat ang nakalagay sa resume or application letter writing. Tatalakayin natin kung paano ba, okay? What are the tips and tricks in job hunting? So for this episode, I have invited some friends. The first, may I introduce to you to Miss Krisa H. Sito. She's a freelance psychology practitioner, pero marami siyang racket in psychology. Okay? The latest being a faculty member ng St. Louis University. Huwag siyang mamaliitin dahil i-welcome natin siya later sa Benguet State University. Ang second na guest ko for today, for this session, for this episode, is my dear friend, Ilona Veronica Bayod. She is currently teaching at the St. Louis University. Faculty of the Department of Psychology. Hello, Ilona. Hello, Krisa. Welcome.
Araw po.
Hello.
Welcome to Benguet State University Virtual.
Hello.
Virtual rooms namin. Okay? So for today, if the audience would like to know a little bit about you, both of you all of us are in the business of helping students transition from the world of the academe, but parang nakatulad, from the world of the academe to the world of employment. We will not call it world of unemployment, but we will call it immediately world of employment. Okay? So, naiintindihan nyo, katulad ko siguro, naiintindihan nyo kung ano itong milestone na pinapasok ng ating mga, we'll call them young colleagues already, okay? Ay, sorry. Gumalaw yung, gumalaw yung table ko. Okay? So, ikaw, Ilona, di ba? I think practically, you are in the field of industrial psychology. Even you, Krisa, correct?
Light.
But for sure, I'm quite sure both of you have your own experience when we were young and looking for a job.
We're still young.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, Krisa, we are still young.
We're very young.
We're still young.
Yeah, so maybe late as we go through this discussion, as we go through this discussion, we will share some of our experiences. Okay, but let's hear first from you, Ilona.
Yes, sir. Ay, sir. Ano po? Experience?
Sige. Ano na lang. Sige, let's start with what is your most memorable experience when you were looking for a job? Although I know some, but it's memorable for me about you. But what?
Really?
Yeah.
Ako, ano ba, sa dami din. It was actually very difficult because you're very young. You have too much expectations, no? Ang siguro ang very significant sa akin na learning during my younger years when I was applying for a job, which actually I learned it also, if I would like to mention his name, no, from Dr. Galuba. Nothing beats preparedness, no? Because if you're prepared, anything that comes, kaya mong harapin yan. But if you're not prepared, a little, out of the line na ina-expect mo, you get rattled. No, parang nagkakaroon na, ano gagawin ko na, ano itatanong sa akin. But if you know the content of your CV, your resume, you have prepared for it, you also practice yung mga possible questions na itatanong sa'yo, then you're prepared. No, everything, mind, heart, physically. Siguro yun yung very significant learning. Because yung mga unang interviews talagang, after leaving the interview room, ano yun? Tama ba yun? Tapos minsan umaabot sa point na parang blanco. You don't even remember the questions anymore.
Yeah.
Yun yung nangyayari, no? And then eventually, syempre, you have to expect na yung first job na pinuntahan mo, you will be hired, no? Definitely, marami kang marami kang ka-competition diyan. So, siguro yun yung parang very significant sa akin na learn ko na nothing beats preparedness, always be prepared, no?
Yeah. Sabi nga nung
siguro.
si Ma'am Edith Grande, one of my colleagues here dito sa OSS, sabi niya, if you fail to prepare, you are prepared to fail. So,
correct.
Tama yan. I think that's correct. Nothing beats preparedness when it comes to job hunting. How about you, Krisa? Being of the millennial generation. Millennial pa ba?
Yeah, sorry.
What is your millennial experience in job hunting? Most memorable?
Siguro, memorable. Sir, parang siguro in the early period of your career, yung to manage your expectations. Na siguro, halimbawa, we finished a particular course, but sometimes we're expecting we're going to land a job that's extremely related to what we finished, or even, halimbawa, even if the job title is the same dun sa or ang requirement niya talaga yung natapos mong course, parang minsan magugulat ka, ito ba talaga ang ginagawa ng nagtapos ng ganito? Parang ganon.
Tama.
If I may share, parang, yeah, sir.
To taper some of the ideas that we have, especially with our first job. Usually, I think ganun ata talaga yung tipong nagkatrabaho ka tapos biglang tama ba yung course na kinuha ko for my job? But
Oo, gano'n.
I think it's very common na your first job is often not related to the course. And
Mm.
then, hahanapon mo na lang siya ng relationship, di ba? While doing your job, tinanggap mo na kahit hindi ito yung tinapos ko, pero in the course of doing your job, later you find the relationship of the course you finish to whatever job that you are doing, even if it doesn't seem related. Right?
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
sige. Anyway, siguro bakit job hunting ang topic natin ngayon, okay? So, we are saying kasi na hindi naman for all students who graduate college, basically they have three directions. Okay? Parang tayong tatlo lang. They have three directions after graduation. They go for employment, or which is majority, or they go for business, meaning which is still employment pero they start their own business, or and other directions. Ito yung they go into vocations like they go into priesthood, ganyan, or uh, volunteerism, or naging full-time mother, or these are not bad directions, di ba? But majority of our fresh graduates from college, they start looking for a job. So this particular episode hopes to help majority of the graduates. Ano ba ang tamang job hunting? So in this episode, we'll try to talk about what are the tips and tricks that we can share about application letter writing? Is that your favorite part of job hunting? Me, somehow, yes. Okay? No for you. Tapos what is, writing your application letter and preparing your resume. That's the first topic. And then the second topic is attending your job interview. And then the third topic is, what are the job hunting attitudes ba na meron tayo? Like, na-mention na ni Ilona yung first, which is preparedness. Okay? So let's start with application letter writing. What is an application letter writing? An application letter is simply an introduction. Tama? Tama? An
Yes.
introduction to what are your tips for a good application letter? Friza.
Tips, siguro po very important to highlight yung mga pertinent na skills, and then what would make you a good fit for the job. Pero syempre, if you're really applying, you have to know anong company yung a-applyan mo.
Yes.
Ano yung characteristics ng company, ano yung demands nung position na ina-applyan mo.
And
Parang kasi
singitan ko lang, Krisa, ang isang major basic mistake ng mga applicants is when they write an application letter, they start it with "to whom it may concern."
Oh yeah, true, sir. Opo.
Parang pag may shooting lang, to whom it may concern, magsushoot kami.
Oo.
Yun, that's a big no-no, correct?
Opo, correct, sir. They should really and then not to make generic letters across all the positions you apply for. You really contextualize mo naman siya dun sa company na ina-apply mo at yung position. So, yung tone is not too formal, pero hindi naman too casual. Mga yun pa lang top of my head na naiisip ko, sir. Wag to whom it may concern, because they will not be concerned. And so,
yes, they will not be concerned. Ito, one page. We agree, one page is enough. Lalo na pag, okay? It's too tiresome to look at immediately. So one tip I can share there is for fresh graduates, maganda yung one-page application letter. Concise, brief, but it points the qualifications, the things that you need to highlight about yourself when you are introducing yourself to the company that you are applying.
Random lang. Talaga, i-research niya kung sino yung addressee. Talaga dapat i-address yung letter. and
Yes.
everything. Kasi you have naman additional documents that you're going to attach to your application. Ayun po. Tsaka siguro
Yes.
to avoid yung mga phrases like, yung mga often used pero sometimes they become meaningless na kasi laging nakikita. Halimbawa, maganda naman yun eh, yung I'm a team player. Kasi why not? If you're really a team player. Kaya lang if it's always seen, you can vary also some of the statements that you use in your letters. Siguro yun po muna. Si Ma'am
Ah.
Ilona naman.
O ikaw, Miss Ilona.
Yan. Hello po. Yeah, in addition to what Ma'am Krisa said, no, yung words, no, very important din 'yon. I think you have to use eto siguro sa akin in making an application letter. You have to make it personal but professional. Personal
Mm.
in the sense na talagang feeling mo kaharap mo nagsusulat ka sa may-ari ng kumpanya, sa HR, sa CEO. Not yung sinasabi ni Ma'am Krisa kanina na napaka-general. Kasi minsan iisa lang yan. Meron kang nakakalimutang details. And kahit sabihin mong minsan pinapasadahan na lang yan, you'll never know eh. You'll never know na
Correct.
makuha ka, babasahin yan, tapos parang parehas kayo nung applicant number 10, number 9. 'Di ba? So parang with that very small information about you, you start from there. No? So you have to start na yun. So you have to start with creating an application letter na galing talaga din sa and then the words that you're going to use must be very professional. And tama yun. You have to really research sino yung susulatan mo, ano yung address. You have to make an effort, no? Because it will also somehow depict who you are, na you made an effort to research sino yung susulatan mo, sino yung address, no? And don't forget no na mag-iwan din sa last sentence yung paano kanila mako-contact no in any event na magse-set sila ng interview. So baka wala kang mailagay doon, 'di ba? Although meron ng CV, meron ng but yung last part I think that's very important kasi minsan yun na lang ang titignan ng HR. No, based naman 'yan sa mga parang HR practitioners na
Aha.
minsan talagang application, yung iba naman CV, okay na masigurado ka nasa CV at the same time nasa application letter mo. I can be reached via, 'di ba usually may ganun na
Mhm. Mhm.
yan. Actually
And don't
easier na nga ngayon. Yeah, sorry.
and don't
Somehow
forget to
easy.
sign
Sorry.
your and don't forget to sign your application letter.
Yes, that's very very important.
Sorry, you were saying something.
It's okay, nakalimutan ko. Nawala.
Okay. I have some other tips here. Would you tell me kung if you have a blooper about this one? Ang tawag dito? Besides never use to whom it may concern and providing effort. Also, do not write, parang interview lang din, pero do not write anything or do not state negative statements against previous work, against others, or parang your letter sounds like you're blaming others. That's why you are applying here, something like that. Okay, so it must be focused on how you will well introduce yourself. Okay, that's one thing. That's one thing nice to read in an application letter. Also, when you are writing an application letter, let's briefly describe, but not extensively, yung skills and background natin, qualification backgrounds natin. Gusto ko lang Chris, yung sinabi mo na na we have to be a little bit personal when we write our application letter. Kasi sa akin, I have a template. When I started applying, I have a template application letter. But yes, I read about the company, I read about the job, and then I restructure the template. I think that's a good technique. Okay? That's a good technique when you're still floating your application documents to many vacancies. Okay? So
According din sa posisyon na ina-applyan, 'di
yes, according to
ba?
the
Oo, not only
vacancy.
according to the company, oo, pero tama rin 'yun eh. Lalo na yung pag pag-sell, you're basically selling yourself. So tama
Mm.
'yon, no negative statements, no, wag ka ring manira. Pero usually yung sa interview 'yon, yung
Mm.
bakit ka umalis, 'di ba, sa
Mm.
previous company.
Mm.
Kasi ayaw ko yung bababa ng sweldo. Siyempre, don't,
Ganyan.
it's a big no-no.
Mm.
No, baka akala mo
Kahit
makakakuha ka ng
totoo.
sympathy. Kahit totoo or sabihin mo you experience abuse, 'di ba? Minsan may ganun kasi, no? And then
Mm.
of course, those yung mga bagay na hindi na mini-mention sa mga yan, application letter, o kaya sa
Mm.
mga interview
Mm.
sessions.
Yeah. Sorry,
Tumitingin ako
go.
nun sa internet, ano yung mga template. So, may mga nakikita na akong general structure. Pero yun, like yung sabi ni Kuya Man kanina, i-restructure mo talaga siya. So,
Mm.
ayun. Oh, where you saw, siguro important to mention how you came to know of the vacancy. Tapos, ano yung position that you're applying for, what are the relevant skills, ano yung educational background. Pero in not so many words kasi nga, hindi daw extensive yung pagka-discuss. Tapos, contact details, parang do not forget. Tapos talagang may flow siya. So, pero yun nga, sa
Mhm.
dami
What do you suggest as a general flow ng inyong kayo, what is your technique when you're writing your parang what is your personal style when you were writing in your own application letters?
Ako siguro I would start with yun, of course, yung basic, no, very important yung format, and then may greetings ka. Yung iba kasi diretso na lang, I am, naman, greetings, good day. Kahit sabihin mong ano yon, pero maganda pa rin kahit ilagay mo na lang. Ako personally, yun ang and then of course with some format, nakikita ako ng greeting, and then yun na yung body, no, like you highlight na ano yung skills na meron ka, no, yung mga relevant skills na pwede mo the usual, no, na pwede mong magamit sa pag-apply. Why, well, basically why should they hire you, no? It's dun sa pangalawa. Kaya parang tatlo siya usually. You have the introduction, the body, which is very, very important. And then the closing sentence na parang dun mo na ilalagay sa kanila i-reach, or you also thank them for the time na nagbasa sila, no, binasa yung application letter. And yun, sabi nga ni Sir Ramon, don't forget to sign your application letter. Yun lang, ganun lang siya, parang tatlong lang. I don't know,
Mm.
no, with Ma'am Criza.
ganun din po. Oo, ganun din.
Okay.
Ganun.
Yan. Anyway, wala kayong the letter must look formal, correct? Must look professional. How Ilona said it. The letter
Yes.
must look professional. I think one way how you will make your letter look professional is, as much as possible, do not handwrite. So take time to type it in talaga in a computer so that
Mm.
it will look although there are certain kinds of vacancies that would require you to handwrite your application letters. I think I've heard na for some
Mm.
elementary schools, they like na
Oh,
handwritten yung application letter so that they can see how well yung pagsusulat
ah,
because it might be a criteria talaga. But generally, 98% of the time, it's typewritten talaga ang application letter. Paano pag nahuli ka na may vacancy, tapos right there and then you need to submit an application letter? Kasi di ba may mga times na gano'n, yung surprise opportunities na sinabing, sige, ngayon na, submit mo na yung oras na ito. At pag hindi mo ginawa yon, parang you will lose the opportunity. What will you do? Nowadays, you have Google File,
drive.
Google Drive, mga ganyan. Everything madali nang i-upload. So, there's no excuse to pass up an opportunity simply because you're not ready with an application letter or a resume. Dapat meron at merong nakasave in your cloud services so that you can easily type it in, edit a little bit, and then submit. Kasi doon nakukuha ata yung ibang
Mm.
empleyado dahil bigla ang opportunities na nandun na and they were ready for it, so they grabbed that opportunity and they were taken in. Tama? What you think?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Anything more about
Wala
application?
na.
Yes, Les Krisa,
Ma'am
sorry.
Krisa.
Yes,
Opo.
teacher.
Nagre-raise hand talaga. Ano, they have to make sure that they proofread their letter.
Ah,
And
yes.
siguro have somebody else read it for them so that if there are some edits or changes that could be made, it would really be incorporated already. Kasi nga that's part of making it look professional. It should be grammatically correct. Okay. So, technical writing nandun.
Tama?
And please do not use correction marks. May mali. Reprint na lang.
Oh.
Kasi yung iba, worse siguro yung in-erase na niya. Siguro dahil awa ng papel na, wala na pong bond paper.
Yun.
Sacrifice, no? Kasi hindi rin maganda yung correction tape ka na doon. O kaya binura mo dahil mali pala yung pangalan or may mali ka. Is-are, niya ka din, was-were, diba? So, yun. No?
I-reprint na lang.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Sige, let's move on. Unless you have a
Sige.
blooper sa inyong application letter. Blooper! May nakita ako application letter.
Oh, sige, sample.
Pinaysan niya ng ribbons dun sa gilid.
Ay, wow.
Effort talaga.
Creative ang lola.
Talagang
but
it really stood out. But it stood out like a sore thumb. Yeah. So somehow it gave the wrong impression to those who were hiring. So
yes.
make it look professional. Any more?
True.
You have a blooper about an application letter.
Dapat pala dinala ko yung meron ako may parang collection ako mga sample ng pero
Ganon.
si Ma'am Krisa mo na interviewin mo, hahanapin.
Okay.
Oo.
Ayan, talagang hinanap nila.
Naghanap si Ma'am Melosa talaga.
Mukha talagang may collection siya ng maraming bloopers ng application letter. Ulit, Krisa.
Yes, kuya. Medyo, in fairness dyan sa area yan, kuya, medyo safe ako. Medyo.
Feeling ko din naman, sa akin din, once nung na-standardize ko yung letter ko, once nang nagkaroon ako ng standard letter, na nire-restructure ko na lang, very less ang bloopers ko sa application letter. Kasi di ba talagang it's what's important about application letter, it gives the first impression before they go to the next page, which is the next topic, your resume.
Kaya hindi dapat lukot-lukot.
Hindi dapat naka-fold. Hindi yung Please submit your application. Yung magsasubmit ganito.
Yeah.
Nakaganyan.
Sorry, naiwan sa faculty room, sayang. Anyway, okay, going back, resume, go.